have not been to Minnesota in probably 20 years.
Bring gas. Welcome to Flagrant Howls, a Minnesota Timberwolves lifestyle podcast.
One of the great summer league comebacks in Timberwolves history yesterday. Truly a where were you watching moment against the Phoenix Suns vaunted G League roster. We're going to talk about it. Rob Dillingham, I feel like, has just progressively gotten better, and just the game has slowed almost game by game for him over these 4 summer league games. We got Darren Doogie Wolfson from the 5 Eyewitness News Sports Department hanging out with us. Some information, speculation, maybe some pontification about the Timberwolves. But a shout out to a Safeside BBQ to start things off here, Judd.
Most definitely a barbecue season, and there is nothing better.
Dillingham barbecued the Suns yesterday.
That's right.
Saying, huh?
And guess what? Guess what he would love? I guarantee you Robert would love right there the fresh brisket. Absolutely outstanding. When we're talking about Safeside, we're talking about the best barbecue food truck in the West Metro. 100% wood-fired, smoking, juicy, savory, tender meat. No electric smokers or ovens are used. Everything is homemade. The bread that you just saw right there, made to order for sandwiches. How great is that? Find them at SafesideBBQ.com and on Facebook for where their food truck will be next. If you go and find their food truck too, you are not obligated to go into the store that you're at. You are not obligated to go into the tap room that you're at. Nope, you can get it and take it home and enjoy it. It is that simple with Safeside, so make sure that you check them out.
Safeside, barbecue for antisocial people. Yes.
Well, I mean, some people think they have to go into the bar. They don't have to. You don't have to do that.
Although you're projecting your own feelings.
People are a little bit confused sometimes. I'm trying to help them out. That's what Sportsnet does.
The Suns were confused yesterday. What happened to our 16-point summer league lead? What's going on? What's happening here? These lobs from Dillingham to Beringer, and the comeback complete in the second half. Dillingham was awesome yesterday. He was all over the place as a playmaker, as a shot maker, getting to the rim in traffic and converting, knocking down some step backs, and even like defensively, he's never going to be Gary Payton in his prime, or Nickeil Alexander-Walker maybe, but he was handsy and he was being kind of a pest. So your thoughts, Rob Dillingham, the lead story off of yesterday's impressive comeback victory for the Wolves?
It was what we wanted to see, a progression. And you know what? Like, I get it. Let's not completely overanalyze what we're seeing in Summer League. But if you look at who the Suns had on the court during that fourth quarter, those are guys that are going to play. Fleming and Dunn and some of those guys, those guys are going to earn minutes for the Suns. So to me, those are legit NBA players. The headline to me, Phil, only 2 turnovers. We saw a game earlier in Summer League, 7 turnovers. So, yeah, I mean, there is zero steam on them bringing in another guard. And maybe eventually they do, a PJ Dozier type contract, non-guaranteed, doesn't become fully guaranteed until mid-January. Just another body. I get it. They're at 13 standard contracts. They have some wiggle room to bring in a 14th. So that may eventually happen. I'm not dismissing that, but there's no steam in this moment. And so there is a runway for Dillingham to get on the court. Like when we're thinking about late October into November, Rob is going to be given some sort of opportunity. What can he do with that opportunity remains to be seen. But let's not forget, we're not that far removed from the Wolves having a really, really healthy opinion on Rob to be as aggressive as they were to capture him in that draft day trade a year ago to get up all the way to 8. They are not giving up on him. They want him to succeed. It makes them, the front office, look incredibly good. And so just encouraging, absolutely encouraging. I mean, I still want to see the shot develop, but in terms of involving his teammates, the way he's been used too, Phil. I mean, not like I'm watching, these games Zapruder film-esque, but it seems like they're using him in different ways, initiating the offense, some pick and roll, off the ball. And so credit to Kevin Hansen, the other Wolves coaches, for putting Rob in all sorts of different scenarios these 4 games. And it looks like there will be one more game. Now, whether Rob plays in the final game, like, it wasn't a surprise that Terrence Shannon Jr. sat out the second of a back-to-back. There's no reason for Shannon Jr. to be playing in Summer League to begin with, but certainly encouraging to see him make three-pointers, everything he can do. I mean, he's going to play a lot more minutes next season. But whether Rob plays this weekend or not in their 5th game, doesn't look like they'll get into the semifinals. And hey, it was fun in 16, 19 they played for Summer League championships. Couldn't quite win the championship game, but based on tiebreakers, point differential, all that, it looks like there's a couple games to go that could ultimately impact things. But it looks like, based on the Thunder and Kings winning last night, that it's going to be tough for the Wolves to advance. So they'll get a 5th game, but to me, the 5th game, they should play all the guys on the bench. To me, there's no reason to play Jalen Clark, Rob Dillingham, a lot of those guys. There's no reason to play those guys this weekend. For the Judd Zulgad Substack, should the NBA consider expanding the Summer League playoff from 4 teams to 8 teams? My column.
These guys need rest, too. They're veterans. I mean, of the Summer League. They're tired. They're old. So, Dukes, the one thing that strikes me, too, about the Wolves' approach here, because there's been debate about, why is Shannon there? And as you said, in a lot of years, or for a lot of teams, he might not be there. But the one thing that I think is important to point out is it feels like the Timberwolves, beyond getting guys some look-sees as far as guys who are trying to potentially just come to training camp, it was very targeted at looking at TJ Shannon, Dillingham, Clark. It felt like the Wolves had, and I like this because, in my opinion, Summer League is what you make of it, right? Like, there's no rules about here's who you're supposed to play or have to play. And I appreciate the fact that it almost is like Connley decided, I want these guys to play, and my contention is in part to show Finch. Like, Finch needs to see them play, and especially in a relaxed environment for Chris Finch, where he can literally just watch and sort of scout. So I think the Wolves should be applauded for the way that they've approached this, because we did get a pretty good look-see, at least in a competitive environment, at guys that ordinarily you might not have played.
Fair. By the way, have we gotten clarity? TJ, Terrence, it's Terrence on the birth certificate, but has he fully come out and said, call me TJ, not Terrence?
Yes. Yep. And Matt Lloyd was on, it was either the first or second game he was on. I think it was the first Summer League game. He was on with the broadcast. And the broadcasters were calling him Terrence, and Matt Lloyd kept jumping in to say, TJ Shannon. So if the GM of the Timberwolves is calling him TJ Shannon, and I've heard through like PR and stuff that he wants to go by TJ. So
yeah, and so we'll call him TJ. That's fine. I went Terrence earlier in the conversation, but fair. If Matt Lloyd is calling him TJ,
he's mad at you.
We'll go TJ. I mean, Terrence isn't one to like outwardly say, yes, call me now TJ, right? So It's like Christian Braun was Christian Braun at Kansas, then his rookie year with Denver. Then all of a sudden, finally, we discovered it's Christian Braun, not Braun. So that's fine. We'll go TJ Shannon. Judd, I think before last Thursday, Chris Finch knew he had to play TJ a lot more starting next season. What I'm impressed with is the three-point shot. Mm-hmm. Like, it looks fluid. It looks good. Like, I think Shannon Jr. is going to make three-pointers next year. We think about him as this Energizer Bunny, and fine, and the way he can attack the hoop and his speed and all that, he's going to get enough baskets in transition. But I'm thinking in the half court, like Ant driving, whatever, kick out to the corner. Like, I feel good. Like, the shot looks good. I feel really good about that. So, I mean, he's going to play a good amount of minutes. He absolutely is. And hey, it was all part of the plan that they probably knew going back to draft night, June of 24, that they were going to lose Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Incredible foresight. You think about the Rudy Gobert extension. Okay, we can debate whether they should have done it to begin with, but you think about his salary for the 25-26 season, what it is now compared to what it would have been for them to be under the second apron. like just really, really good work by Manny Rohan, others in the Wolves front office with the forward thinking, laying everything out. But Shannon Jr. replacing Nickeil Alexander-Walker, I mean, you hope, right? You saw it at Illinois. Heck, you saw it at Texas Tech. I mean, he played so many years in college. But to now see it come to fruition, like how they thought it would, really, really encouraging.
I'll throw Jalen Clark in that discussion too, because he's also going to be part of the replacing of Nickeil. And it clearly he has been told the last year and a half, you got to sharpen your 3-point accuracy. He's taken a lot of threes during summer league. And yesterday, Dukes, the Flagrant Howls statistical research department dug this up from last year's regular season. And it's a little bit of be careful what you wish for on the Mike Connley front, but Nickeil too. So this offense with Anthony Edwards, gravitational force, and even Julius Randle can sink the defense. This offense lends itself to a lot of corner threes. And the Wolves were like 10th in the league. They hit 40% of their corner threes last year, which was 10th in the NBA. But their two best corner 3-point shooters last year were Mike Conley, 49%, and Nickeil Alexander-Walker at 47%. Well, one of them's gone, and the other one we've spent all summer sort of disrespectfully trying to get him out of the rotation. Or I'm not there with I think Conley's going to start and just play like 18 to 20 minutes, maybe 25.
I'm not there either. Plus, we need to be careful, Phil. Speaking of the Flagrant Howls statistical department, where was Mike Connley Jr. last year in terms of minutes played? So even though he started 25. A lot of games, what was he, 7th, 8th? It's not like he played a lot of minutes last year. Now, I think those minutes go down even more this next year. But I'm just saying, like, it's not like Connley Jr. was playing a ton of minutes last year.
Yeah, 24, a career low, 24 minutes a game. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's what, 7th, 8th on the team? We think about DiVincenzo coming off the bench, but DiVincenzo had to play more minutes. Oz Reed had to play more minutes. Right? So, yeah, I mean, 7th or 8th on the team in minutes last year. Okay, so it's going to go down to 18 to 20 to 22. Won't quite be 24. But, yeah, like TJ making those corner threes, yes. And that's where you could make a case. There are still a number of free agents that could help in that regard. I'll remain, it's my local bias, and they haven't reached out, but Amir Coffey could help these guys. He really could.
Yeah.
Landry Shamet. I mean, there are guys still out there. Caleb Houston just signed a minimal deal with the Atlanta Hawks. I thought he could have helped. That's a good, shrewd move by Atlanta, even if he's like their 10th or 11th man. I'm just saying there's still a number of guys out there that they do have some flexibility to bring somebody in, but it doesn't necessarily need to be somebody that's on the ball. It could be somebody that's just a pretty good corner 3-point shooter.
Well, Coffey, I mean, obviously the Gopher connection there, we're all very familiar with him, but he's turned himself into a good NBA rotational player. Lengthy, he can run the floor, and he was a bit of a shaky shooter in college and maybe early in his career. But Amir Coffey, the last 2 years with the Clippers, on 3.5 attempts per game, shooting over 40% from 3 too. So it's an interesting name that I had not thought of yet.
He absolutely can play. And sure, there's been some teams kicking the tires, but his camp has also started to reach out to teams. We're now getting to that point of free agency where a lot of agents are trying to be proactive, especially with everybody there in Vegas. So it's easy to have some face-to-face dialogue. But I'm shocked that Amir Coffey is still on the market as we sit here on the morning of July 17th. Good player. I'm telling you, good player.
So, dudes, what do we expect or think, because he certainly has impressed in Summer League, but he's still raw, Beringer. What's the expectation there? Because I think there's now, well, he looked good, so he's going to play, and clearly you've still got Gobert. He's played basketball for 4 years. You know, in an NBA game, it would look different, but there's enough there to say, okay, that looks like a really good draft pick. What do you expect his role to be, his playing time somewhere to be in 2025-26?
A really good player for the Iowa Wolves, playing a lot in the G League. But do I think there's an opportunity to help the Wolves at some point? The dog days of the season in mid-January, late January, early February. The way he runs the floor, heck, glides. I mean, I knew he had long arms, but watching him like the other day against Ron Holland of Detroit when he's penetrating and from behind, like that block was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Going back to last Thursday against the Pelicans, all those block shots, like, and he catches the ball. He's got legit hands.
He does.
Those
He
hands
does
are
catch the
good.
ball.
I'm pretty excited about that.
You know, speaking of Dillingham being able to set up Beringer, like, I'd like to think at some point, like, just to get him some experience. Yes, like you get him on the court at some point, but do I think it'll be the first few weeks of the season, anything like that? No, I don't. There's still a ton of development that needs to take place. He is going to get good run with the Iowa Wolves, but like, and again, like I'm trying to be careful, but like the length of the arms isn't changing. The motor, the way he runs, the way he catches alley-oop passes, like none of that is changing. So to see all that on full display in Vegas, yeah, like super pumped up. Plus second round pick, Zakarsky. I mean, it looks like he has a chance too. He really does. I mean, to get him on a 2-year, two-way, really savvy move because it'll take a full year. Like I'm not even sure he'll play a minute for the Wolves, maybe a minute, but he's not going to play for the Wolves. He's going to play for the Iowa Wolves and spend a lot of time in Iowa, but get some time up here, some practice time at Mayo Clinic Square or on the road. But you watch Zakarsky, you know, I can get pretty pumped up about that too. But Beringer, yeah, like yes.
I think what's striking about Beringer, well, number one, he doesn't turn 19 until November 11th. So he's 18 for another almost half year.
Yeah, I mean, outside of Cooper Flag, about the youngest prospect in the draft class, right?
Yeah, and his body, I mean, obviously he has to build some strength, especially upper body, but he has a much more NBA-ready frame and base than most 18-year-old 7-footers would ever think of trying to enter the league. I mean, and the way that he instinctually is in the mix for lobs and help side blocks in the lane. I mean, there's some instinctual stuff and just his frame that are more NBA ready than most 18-year-olds who would be drafted as projects. I'm with you. I don't think it's a first half of the season thing, but I don't think he's a guy you just would stash for an entire 2025-26 season. If there's an injury, especially, and you're pretty thin with your bigs, I think the question would be who gets into a game non-garbage time first, Beringer or Leonard Miller? They've yet to put Leonard Miller in non-garbage time situations the last 2 years.
Ooh, that's a good question. Plus, you want Beringer around here enough, right? To be around. He shouldn't
just be in Iowa.
So you're spending time in Des Moines. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
you're with the G League affiliate, but you need to be around Rudy plenty. So he's going to be here.
And at practice,
here's the question on Leonard Miller, because I've said I'd like to see Leonard get an opportunity, but here's the blowback. What sort of impact can he have in the half court? He's really good in transition.
He's not a great shooter. He shoots. He has range.
What sort of impact does he have in the half court? I'm still trying to fully figure that part out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
you know what? The answer? Probably Beringer.
Well,
probably.
It's not that outlandish. It's not that
because
outlandish.
I don't think it's crazy to think that eventually they do bring somebody in, a 14th contract.
Mm-hmm.
That guy can get some minutes. Okay, Clark, Shannon Jr., DiVincenzo, Nas, the starting five. Like, how deep is that Chris Finch rotation going? Okay, we think it'll be beyond 8, but it's not like it's going to get to 11 or 12. Plus, we're thinking about Dillingham. So I'm just saying, I don't know if there's an obvious path for Leonard Miller. I mean, I'd like to see it at some point, even if it fails miserably, but I'm still trying to figure out how exactly he impacts the game in the half court. But I think the answer right now is probably Beringer.
Yeah.
I'd like to take this opportunity.
Especially if Gobert picked up.
On a reckless speculation Thursday to throw out a question to the panel.
Reckless speculation.
So, like, we're talking about the Wolves and it's the roster and what's going to happen on opening night. I'd like to back up just a little bit, though. What start with Dukes. What right now is your percentage odds on a Tim Connelly surprise? Some type of surprise coming before the season starts. So, keeping in mind, Gobert trade in July. More importantly, Cat trade last year, essentially on the eve of training camp. So as we sit here right now talking about this roster and how it's going to look on opening night, what are the odds of a Tim Connelly surprise, do you think?
Who could it be? I mean, when I think of Tim Connelly, I think the news that's coming is a contract extension / new contract.
For him.
Being contractually locked in for the foreseeable future. So when I think of Tim Connelly, that's the first thing
that's what we want you to
comes
think about.
to mind. But when it comes to the roster, who could it be? Like, I don't think the Spurs are trading De'Aaron Fox right now. Do they eventually get to that point? Figuring with Dylan Harper, Castle, Fox, that threesome may not be able to completely coexist, but the Spurs are nowhere near that point. Giannis? I mean, the Knicks are still heavily interested in Giannis. But right now, there are no signs that Giannis is going to ask out of Milwaukee. I'm just trying to figure out. Now, hey, when Luka gets traded in February, literally anything is possible.
Yeah.
But I'm still trying to nail down who that could be.
LeBron James.
Reckless.
I mean, he might get moved.
It is. I mean, he's not coming to the Timberwolves. If he moves, it'll be
right. But he might get moved.
He's going to
Cleveland
just saying, or somewhere else.
This league is this league is geared towards surprises.
Oh yeah, which is the beauty of it.
And you have a POBO that loves the surprise.
Right, but you also have a POBO that the last time everyone thought you're for sure making a move, which was after the first year of Rudy, he basically stood pat. So he's kind of gone every other year, has made a crazy move in the offseason, and then the one at the trade deadline, which more aligned with the timing of the Rudy trade. I think the odds are very low. I agree. Like, Tim Connelly works in the shadows. Anything can happen in today's NBA. But I feel like there were clearly opportunities to do some things around draft time, and either they didn't work out because Kevin Durant didn't want to play here. I mean, that was a thing. Like, they had a deal lined up essentially for Kevin Durant, and Durant's the one that said, I don't really want to play there.
Correct. Phil, I'll continue to say I have no reason to think otherwise. If KD says I'm in, I'd love to be in Minnesota. I really believe Kevin Durant would be here right now.
And Rudy was probably on the way out, or maybe it was Randall, but one of those guys would have been on the way out. I think right now, I think they're comfortable with what they've seen from TJ Shannon. I think this is another question too, based off the 4 games of Summer League and all the work that they've seen Dillingham put in behind the scenes. Do they feel like standing pat, losing Nikhil, but adding in a more refined TJ Shannon, more refined Jalen Clark, more refined Rob Dillingham makes this team better? And I think they think that. And I agree. So sit back, see what happens in the first 3 months of the season. And by the way, another untalked about thing, at least the last couple weeks, is Anthony Edwards has been on the grind the last month, adding things to his game, no doubt, like he has the last. It's possible we get a better version of Anthony Edwards in 2025-26 too.
Uber motivated to be first team All-NBA and or MVP. And so there's still an ascension that will take place, I believe, with Ant. Certainly putting in the work to make that ascension a reality. So yes, more than anything. So that's why, I can wrap my arms around this team winning beyond 49 games next season. Now, is it just 50 or 51 that puts you at like the 5 or the 6 seed again? Because the West remains so darn deep? Maybe, but and hey, how many games did Randall miss last year? How many games did DiVincenzo miss last year? I'm telling you, like, how could DiVincenzo be any worse next year?
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot more there that we haven't seen with DiVincenzo. And so, you absolutely can sell me on the idea of you run this thing back and that this roster can get to 50 wins or beyond. You still wonder, right? Like, how do you overcome OKC? How much better is Denver after all those moves? Hardaway Jr. and Brown, bringing in Cam Johnson. Like, is Denver markedly better? How much better is Houston? 2 seed last year. Do they take another significant leap? So the West just isn't slowing down. The LA Clippers, right? Like we talked last time I joined you on Flagrant Howls. Like the league thought Bradley Beal was going to be a Clipper. Now it's official. Bradley Beal is a Clipper. That's why they made Norman Powell, John Collins trade. But you bring in Brook Lopez, John Collins, and Bradley Beal. How much better are the Clippers?
Yeah.
I mean, they take the Nuggets to a 7th game. Like they were knocking on the door of getting to the second round. They finished the regular season incredibly strong. Whatever you think of DeAndre Ayton, I think being around LeBron will be a good thing for him. Like that's a good move. A full year of Luka.
Are they both going to Cleveland? LeBron and DeAndre Ayton? They're both just going to. Actually, there was the Mavericks. The Mavericks will be better with like Cooper Flag at some point. They'll get Anthony Davis should be healthy.
But you can't sell me on D'Angelo Russell getting all the minutes he's about to get in Dallas. You can't sell me on that team being good with D'Angelo Russell playing all those minutes. I'm sorry.
True. I do have a counter move for the Timberwolves. More of a nostalgic play, but as a longtime Victor Oladipo stan, he hasn't played in an NBA game in 3 years, but I did see that he's working out for NBA teams. How about we turn back the clock? A little 33. There's like a botched knee surgery in there. Sign me up for the Victor Oladipo nostalgia tour. That's what I'm in.
On a minimum deal, partially guaranteed. Like I'm not sure he's getting anything beyond that. Yeah, so he was on full display for NBA executives in Vegas the other day. I ran it by somebody close to the situation. I was told, quote, I believe so, when I inquired about the Wolves having representation in that gym or ballroom. I think it was a hotel ballroom. You know, if you take Oladipo at face value on his social media saying he feels better than he ever has, you know, you run it by guys like Tom Crean, others who love Victor, like they're all on the Oladipo bandwagon right now. This comeback attempt, yeah, sign me up. I'd be okay with that. Just like I'd be okay with Malcolm Brogdon or others. Yeah, but on a partially guaranteed deal,
Brogdon would be
not?
a different level. I mean, Brogdon's still sitting
well, yeah,
out
there's
there.
nothing about a partial guarantee with Brogdon.
He's not in a ballroom right now.
That's a full
trying to
guarantee.
show his wares.
Malcolm Brogdon is not in a ballroom.
Big
No, but I'm saying he's
chandelier.
another
I can
free
envision a
agent that's
chandelier
out there.
carpet, shag carpet, perhaps.
Shag carpet.
Well, he's another guy that's out there, right? So I mean, there's still a number of free agents out there, but yeah, on Oladipo, and yeah, I mean, I was told, quote, I believe so. There were a number of NBA teams / executives in the ballroom, so you know, I don't know if they took attendance or not.
Was there a buffet there?
I don't think they did.
Waltzing around.
It would have been fantastic if there was a buffet. Yeah, but anyway, I was told I believe so. So I probably need to run that by somebody with the Wolves to get full confirmation. But
yeah,
whatever. It's a reckless speculation Thursday. I'll tell you that I was told, quote, I believe so, that the Wolves were there to watch Oladipo, along with many other teams. But yeah, I would have no problem taking a flyer on Victor Oladipo.
Party. Love it, dudes. Hey, great stuff today, dudes. Anytime we get to talk about Victor Oladipo, Rob Dillingham getting better, it's a good day on Flagrant Howls here today. Ballrooms.
Those Vegas ballrooms are big, by the way.
Is he working out like on the ballroom carpet, or was there a wood area,
no,
like
there
a
was
dance
an actual
floor?
Hardwood floor. No,
he was,
there was
okay.
He was
there
dribbling off the
floor,
carpet. He's shooting at the chandeliers.
The funny
His
thing
shoe gets
is,
stuck in the carpet.
There's a social media video floating around. Who was the competition? I'm trying to figure out, like, who was in that run, that 5-on-5 game? Yeah, Oladipo looked good, but, like, was he playing against, like, you know, my 55-year-old neighbor?
They pull some guy from the slot
Elvis
machines.
impersonators.
Yeah.
Hey, come on.
But anyway, I mean, there was some explosion there. The video's out there. I mean, Victor looked good. So, yeah, I mean, I'd be open-minded to some sort of partial guarantee. Bring him in. You know, plus there's still fluidity on the two-way contracts. Yeah, they've committed to Tristan Newton and Rocco Zakarsky and Jesse Edwards, but you can make a change on those two ways whenever you want. So maybe there's still somebody out there. But a reminder, Bones Highland, not eligible anymore for a two-way. So when thinking about Bones being here, could Bones be back? If you bring Bones back, it would be on a partial guarantee. It would not be on a two-way. Yeah, he's still out there. As far as I know, unless he came off the board on Wednesday. But as far as I know, Bones Highland is still available.
He is still.
I will make this basketball disappear. Oh, you thought I was auditioning for basketball? No, I'm auditioning for an act, a magician's act.
David Copperfield out there.
Yeah,
running
Victor
5-on-5
Oladipo,
with
the
Oladipo.
magician.
I think Judd's working on his Vegas stand-up game. There is what's happening.
I'm gonna bring it out.
Yeah. A couple of Victor's teammates, Penn and Teller. Yeah.
All right, you
Save my
guys.
voice.
Darren Doogie.
One other
Wolfson.
note, because I know you're about to click me the heck out of this room. What we talked about off mic before the show, Jefferson there as well now. Jefferson there as well. You'll know what I mean.
Oh, nice. Yeah, we'll shout that out on Purple Daily here
I'm out
today.
here.
Okay.
Love
Bye,
it for
guys.
you. All right, Darren Doogie Wolfson from the 5 Eyewitness News Sports Department on Flagrant Howls, your favorite Timberwolves lifestyle podcast, and your favorite Victor Oladipo lifestyle podcast.